Sometimes the most profound wisdom, it's hiding right there in plain sight, almost too simple to notice.
It often is, especially in these older texts.
Absolutely. Okay, so today, let's really dig into one of those moments. We're doing a deep dive into an ancient piece of wisdom from Chan Master Baizeng.
That's right, by Zhang Chan Master.
Yeah.
This comes from the text, excerpts from Joshi.
And our mission, really, is to unpack this seemingly straightforward statement he made. It sounds almost trivial at first, but it really shifted how people understood diligent practice, being present.
Yeah.
And this isn't just some abstract historical thing. We think it's a key, maybe, for how we navigate our own really busy, often overwhelming lives today.
And it's worth remembering these ancient texts, they often give us insights not as like a direct list of instructions, but wrapped in stories, almost like riddles.
Right.
It's kind of an invitation, really,
Yeah.
for you listening to go beyond just the surface words and, really sit with it, contemplate it.
Definitely. So let's get to the core of it. Master Baizhang's famous teaching. It is, like you said, almost disarmingly simple. He said, when hungry, eat. When tired, sleep.
Lu A Bi Boic. That's the phrase.
Exactly. And the first time you hear that, you just think, well, yeah, doesn't everyone do that?
Right. What's profound about basic survival?
It sounds so instinctual. How could that possibly need cultivation?
And what's fascinating, I think, is exactly that reaction, that feeling of, isn't that obvious?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, in its raw form, it does seem way too basic to be a spiritual practice.
Right. Our usual idea of diligent cultivation involves effort, right? Long meditation sits, maybe fasting, studying complex texts.
Yeah, struggle almost.
Sort of, yeah. So to say that just eating when you're hungry, sleeping when you're tired, that's the practice. It kind of flips everything on its head. It challenges what we think spiritual effort looks like.
It definitely challenged someone at the time. So the source introduces this other figure,
Yeah.
Vinaya Master Yuan.
Mm-hmm. A Vinaya master focused on the codes of conduct, the precepts. Right. And he apparently went up to Baizhang very directly and asked him, okay, master, do you actually cultivate diligently? Are you putting in the work?
That direct question.
And Baizhang's answer, just as direct, yes, I cultivate diligently.
Simple affirmative.
Which, for Master Yuan must have just deepened the puzzle. He's seeing this guy seemingly just living normally.
Right. If he is practicing diligently, but it looks like this, how?
So naturally he follows up, okay, how do you cultivate diligently?
How? Show me the method.
And this really brings up that core question, doesn't it? What did diligent cultivation mean to Master Yuan?
Exactly. He probably had a much more, let's say, conventional framework in mind, maybe specific monastic rules, certain postures, long hours of something visibly arduous.
Yeah, something you could point to and say, see, effort.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So by saying, yes, I practice diligently, and then Yuan asking how, it really sets the stage perfectly for the reveal.
And Baizhang's answer to how? He just says it again, word for word. When hungry, I eat. When tired, I sleep.
Back to the same line.
You can almost picture Master Yuan just blinking, completely bewildered.
Understandably so.
Because he immediately points out the obvious. He says, but everyone does that. Does that mean everyone is cultivating diligently just like you?
It's a perfectly logical question, isn't it?
Totally. If the action, the eating, the sleeping looks identical from the outside, how can you claim your practice is different? It feels like a contradiction, a paradox.
And that is exactly where the depth is hidden. You're right. On the surface, the physical acts are universal. We all eat. We all sleep, hopefully.
Right.
So why would Baizhang insist, yes, I am cultivating, if what he's doing looks just like what everyone else does? This is where we have to move beyond just the physical action.
Okay, so this is the pivot. This is where Baizhang really unpacks it. When Wan challenges him, is everyone the same then? Baizhang says, straight up, no, not the same. Different. And then, here it is. He explains why it's different. He says, when others eat, they're unwilling to just eat. They're preoccupied with 100 kinds of demands. When they sleep, they are unwilling to just sleep, entangled in 1,000 kinds of schemes. Therefore, it's different.
He says, Quayakis, Changua, Tease, Asap Obeyu, you on Yantu, that just the buyo unknown hoba.
Wow. That changes the whole game, doesn't it?
Completely, because this is such a powerful and honestly timeless description of mindfulness, or the lack of it.
Right.
When he talks about those 100 kinds of demands and 1,000 kinds of schemes, what is that?
It's the mental noise, right? The constant chatter.
Exactly. It's the planning, the worrying, the replaying conversations, the strategizing, the endless mental to-do lists, all that stuff that pulls us out of the present moment.
Even when we're doing something as basic as eating a meal.
Especially then. So the difference isn't the action, eating, sleeping. It's the attention. It's the quality of mind you bring to that action. Are you actually there for it?
It's so incredibly relatable, even centuries later. I mean, think about it. When was the last time you or I or anyone listening truly just ate?
Yeah.
For me, my 100 demands might be scrolling through news feeds while I'm eating or mentally outlining the next project, barely tasting the food.
We all do it. Checking emails, planning the afternoon.
And the 1,000 schemes at night.
Oh, yeah.
Replaying some dumb thing I said, worrying about tomorrow's meeting, just when I should be letting go.
It's the modern condition.
Yeah.
Perhaps amplified. But Baizhang saw it clearly then, too. And his point isn't really about achieving some superhuman feat of concentration.
No.
No, it's more about bringing an extraordinary quality of attention, a full presence to these ordinary activities.
Okay.
It's about eating and just eating, being with the sensations, the taste, the act itself, without the mind constantly pulling you elsewhere. It's about lying down to sleep and allowing the mind and body to actually rest without getting tangled in all those thoughts.
So being fully where you are, doing what you're doing.
That's the core of it. Being present without that internal resistance, without the constant distraction of mental commentary or external pings. Just being here, now.
And the effect this explanation had on Vinaya Mastery 1, the text just says, he was silenced. That silence, it wasn't just him running out of arguments, was it?
No. It implies something much deeper, a profound realization, a kind of aha moment where his whole understanding just shifted.
He got it.
He got it. He understood that the real practice wasn't about the outward form, how long you meditate, what rules you follow, but the inward quality of attention, the presence of mind. That was the true, diligent cultivation.
That makes so much sense.
And it's not about, becoming irresponsible or completely spaced out. That's a common misunderstanding of mindfulness.
Right, you still have to plan your day or think about things.
Of course. But it's about recognizing when you are doing a specific action, like eating or resting, and allowing yourself to be fully engaged in that without the constant mental overlay.
That overlay, the demands and schemes, it often just adds stress, doesn't it? And maybe makes us less effective anyway.
Very often, yes. It drains energy and diminishes the richness of the experience itself.
So bringing this ancient wisdom forward, what does this mean for you listening right now in your life?
Yeah, how does this land today?
We live in this world that's just saturated, isn't it? Information overload, notifications buzzing constantly, this pressure to multitask all the time.
Those 100 demands and 1,000 schemes feel very, very familiar, maybe even more intense now.
Totally. So Baizhang's teaching, it doesn't feel like a criticism, does it? It feels more like an invitation.
Exactly. An invitation to live more consciously, to bring intention, to bring presence back into even the simplest, most mundane parts of our day.
What if we actually tasted our food? Really savored it?
Or allowed ourselves to truly rest when we lie down instead of letting our minds race.
Imagine the difference that could make.
It's a path, really, to maybe finding a bit more clarity, a bit more peace, right in the middle of everything. When we commit to bringing our full attention to what's right in front of us, just for that moment, we might find a surprising sense of calm, maybe even become more effective because we're not scattering our energy, and we definitely connect more deeply with just being alive.
It's about reclaiming our attention, maybe. One simple act at a time.
I think that's a great way to put it.
So wrapping this up, the really powerful insight from Chan Master Baizhang seems to be this. True cultivation, true presence, it's not always about doing amazing, extraordinary things.
No.
It's often about bringing an extraordinary level of attention, of presence, to the ordinary things we do every single day. Eating, sleeping, walking, listening.
It's subtle, but the impact can be profound. And even though this teaching is ancient, it feels incredibly relevant, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Especially now.
It really does. It offers this clear, simple path towards maybe a little more peace, a little more clarity, even when life feels complicated and noisy.
It reminds us that our experience isn't just defined by what happens, but by how we meet it, how present we are for it.
So maybe here's a final thought for you to take away. What if the real key to feeling more content, more effective, isn't about adding more to your plate or chasing some huge goal way off in the distance?
Mhm.
What if it's simply about being more fully present in what you're already doing right now? What's one routine thing you do every day that maybe you could approach with just a little more of Beizhang's undivided attention starting today? Just one thing.